Greetings, welcome to House Discipleship Institute. My name is Dr. Elder Joshua Malara, bringing you an In Tune with the Triune. Everybody has come to a place where the Father has met you in your need, in your time, and in your season where it was time for you or time for the seed that He engrafted in you to manifest, to be nourished, to be blossomed. And for you to meet Him, that fruit that you manifested, that verse in you, was time for you to meet your Creator. You were a sinner in the world, as the church says, as the scripture says, but yet in the eyes of the Father, you were always called His son, His daughter. Before the foundations of the world, the Lamb was slain, and I'm going to explain a little bit on why. Now, a truth revealed by the Father is a truth that's added to you. But my question to you today is it added to you, or did you lose something in your past year so that way you can attain new revelation? Or did you add on to the revelation that you received last year to this year? I myself am coming to a place where I said, Father, I am desiring more intimacy with you. And if you break that word down, Apostle Robert Gonzalez, my father in the faith, has actually said, look at that scripture, or look at that word, the universe, or the intimacy. Into me you see. What is he saying right there? He's saying that that word is, the more you draw closer to me, Yahuah, the more I draw closer to you, son, daughter. Now, we all do this today. We all want to throw away the old stuff and then add new things. But the Father's always still saying, no, I'm a reformer of the old, bringing it into the new. That's why we here at House to House Discipleship Institute, H2HDI, we are reformers of the name, Yahuah, Yahushua. Amen? You know, the Father's always teaching us something. He's always leading us and guiding us. And as I was going through this week, I was feeling a little bit, I was going through certain things and certain walks in my area where I felt I was losing faith, I was losing hope, and in the promises of the Father. But I lacked one thing. I forgot one word in what I was going through, and that was process. The word right there, process, is very keen. It's like it's like the missing ingredient that sometimes we don't add to our sauces or to our cooking plate or to anything like that. And then when we have the bite, when the food's already, we're like, well, what is that taste missing, or that ingredient? Process. So you can't neglect, you can't reject process. A lot of the churches today are teaching things like linear messages, saying, oh, all His promises are yes and amen. That means you got the car, you got the job, you got everything that you've been applying for. Well, I don't see it today. It's not in my backyard. I looked at my bank account. Turns out bills need to be paid. That's all I need to say. Amen. So, what's interesting is that in this revelation that He's giving you, in the intimacy, He's looking for remnant people that want intimacy with Him. Did you add more time in your intimacy with Him, or did you take away time in your intimacy? He'll give you fresh revelation, fresh manna from above, a rhema word that is more in tune with Him. It's like a tuning fork. You hit it, bing. I don't have a tuning fork, but let's say this is. There's a frequency of vibrato that's being broadcasted from that tuning fork that's actually causing you to have a keen ear to be in tune with Him. It's like even changing the TV station, and then when you hear the static, and then you click the button again, either if it's up a channel or down a channel, click, then you got crystal clear frequency of a program that you're watching on TV. What's interesting is that, and I always say that it's interesting because we all go through the process. We receive a promise, we go through process, we go through the preparation of the promise, so then that way we can live the performance of the promise through the process and preparation. Amen. A lot of us, even myself, when I went through this recently, I felt like I was losing faith and I was losing hope. It was because in a way I was becoming a little bit ignorant to the things of the Father. And I felt, man, God, I don't feel you today. I don't even want to be around you. What's going on? And we all go through that because that is a time and a season of process that the Father is showing you. He wants you to be wealthy in Him. He wants you to sustain a right ruling, a kingdom living nature. You live and move and have your being in Him. I was going through it, and then finally I just got encouraged and I was motivated and inspired. But we all go through this, and this is the scripture I want to go to. So if you go with me to Hebrews chapter 5, verse 2, and you're going to see something right there. Hebrews chapter 5, verse 2. Hallelujah. And this is what it says. He can have compassion on those who are ignorant and going astray, since he himself is also subject to weakness. Well, what is he saying right there? And we all, like I said, we all go through it. It's the promise. It's the process that we go through. And if you look carefully, this looks like this is somebody who went through, who was walking the right path, and then all of a sudden went astray because they were being ignorant. And that was my problem. I was being a little ignorant to the promises, literally neglecting it, saying, hey, I'm going away from the promises. I'm going through the valley of the shadow of death, and I feel like I just need to rest 5 minutes here. And just stay here. But the longer that 5 minutes lasts, the more you're going to be realizing, I feel good in death. But that's a soul realm. That's a soul tactic. You don't want to stay in that realm of death, because then you're not going to be an overcomer. You're just going to be somebody who's stagnant on the promises of the Father. Our patriotic father, Abraham, never... was not staggered not on the promises of the Father. Yahuah promised him, saying, you will be a father of many nations. Yahuah has compassion on us because sometimes we get ignorant, and this happens to us when we go through an event or somebody has pushed us to this event for us to be ignorant. And we all go through it, but it's really the Father showing us, hey, snap out of it. You know, you're a kingdom son. You're not supposed to be living or even resting in the valley of the shadow of death. If you watch Let Isha Speak by Prophet Virginia Gonzalez, it was tremendous and very powerful and really uplifting, and it shows you that she goes through it. And Yeshua actually bears our infirmities and carries our sorrows because he went through it. As the Lamb was slain before the foundations of the world, the Father sent the Son to say, Son, you have my spirit. You and me are echad. We are one. Deuteronomy 6:4. But yet you're still going to go through it. You're going to go through the valley of the shadow of death. You're going to go through experiences of what man has put you through. You're going to go through even experiences what your mind, your will, and emotion are attacking you. Yeah, your soul attacks you. You don't believe it? Guess what? What about insecurities? Those are attacks of your own soul to your own nefesh. Or should I say your own suke attacking your own nefesh. But the Father's Spirit, so he sees those infirmities. He sees those. And he says, son, daughter, if you draw closer to me, I will draw closer to you. I will be equipping you. I will nurture you. I will inspire you. I will instruct you. I will reproof you. I will correct you. So that's my question to you today. Have you added more into your intimacy? Have you added more time? Have you been praying more? Have you been seeking the Father more? Have you been fasting more? Now myself, got a little confession to make. I love eating, so sometimes I'm like, I'll take a rain check on the fasting maybe next week. Next week comes and I don't fast because I love eating. But we're all guilty of that. But we need to learn to set aside and be kadosh. Be ye kadosh as I am kadosh. The Father said so in 1 Peter. Hallelujah. Hebrews 5 verse 3 says, because of this he is required as for the people, so also for himself to offer sacrifices for sins. Now, a lot of us, like I said before, when we go through these, we got to go through it and understand that the Father has called us to be kingdom sons, to be kingdom daughters, to be ambassadors for his kingdom. We all want to we all want to use the scriptures, and this is a true story. We all go through church. We all go through And we hear the scriptures in Proverbs where it says, I believe it's chapter 13, where it says the wealth of the wicked shall be transferred to the righteous. And some translations say that. I believe it's the Amplified that says that. But if you read it carefully, guess what happens? We overhype that scripture and we say, yeah, let's give some praise because the wealth of the wicked is about to be transferred to us. Hallelujah. Slow right there. Let's not butcher the text. The wealth is actually a strength. It's an efficiency. In Hebrew, it's called, Hebrew Lexicon 24:28 says, Chayil, which is wealth, strength. It's an army. And yes, of course, it is riches. But are you looking for the Father's riches as a handout? Or are you looking for the Father's wealth as a face-off? You encounter him. Are you going to have a face-off encounter with him to a point where your countenance change, Moses? Because last time I checked, when I read in the scriptures in Exodus, Moses went up into the mountain and then his face transfigured, that he looked like a young man. And then when he met the Father, his face transfigured. It transitioned to make him look like he was able to, like he spent time with the Father. We got to go into, find our places. We got to go to our mountains, our quiet places, our time of quietness, our time of confinement, or even times where we lay down on the carpet and prostrate ourselves down on the carpet and say, Father, here I am. I may not hear you. I may not see you right now, but here I am, and I give you thank you. I give you honor. Because I want to draw closer to you as you will draw closer to me. And I want to hear you. I want to spend time to hear my lover. As Baruch. As Psalms, whoa, and it wasn't Psalms, I'm sorry. I'm going through the Psalms over here. But I was saying Song of Solomon's. My beloved is mine. Or let me read this very quick. Oh, I'm sorry. I feel like I got to read this. Hallelujah. Song of Solomon's. Hallelujah. Ecclesiastes, what am I doing now? Okay, here we go. Song of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 16 says, My beloved is mine, and I am his. So the more you draw closer to the Father, the more he's going to say that. My beloved is mine, and I am his. You got to count. That's your intimacy level with the Father. That's, for you married couples out there, how many times have you called your spouse, hey, babe, I love you, pumpkin, or, something sweet? If you read the Song of Solomon, that's what it is. Genesis and Revelation meet in Song of Solomon's because it's a love letter from a father to a son. Amen. So it's saying, where is my beloved? Oh, my beloved lives in me. What's his name? Yahuah, Yahushua. That's why, and just a side note for ministers, that's Yeshua came to overcome this world. What am I saying? He overcame the mindset. He overcame the soulish realm, every tactic of the enemy. That's why it was first natural. That's why when he saw the Sadducees and Pharisees, he said to you, hey, your father's the devil. I came in my Father's name, and you receive me not. But if I come in another name, that you receive him. Well, that's the truth. But in your intimacy, guess what? He'll draw you closer to his real name, where you won't call him Jesus Christ in the outer court realm. You'll call him in the Kadosh Kadosh, or in the Holy of Holies, Yahuah, Yahushua. So he's saying, if you want me, desire me, ask of me, and I'll show up. If you want my wealth, my well-being, not just riches, but to be wealthy and to be fully persuaded that I am Yahuah and I am your Elohim, draw closer to me. That's all he's asking. And for some of you ministers, and going to this note, some of you can't be into the ministry unless the Father has set and sent you by himself to first a Father in the Emunah who knows how to equip you with the right tools on either how to perfect the saints or how to perfect the Mashiach in you to learn how to become Echad in the Holy of Holies with the Father. And I know some of you guys are saying, well, it is tough. Yes, of course it's tough, because our soulish nature, our beastly nature, in Hebrews chapter 5, verse 3, we got to learn to lay it down and then place on the order of Melchizedek, the priesthood of the father-son relationship, because the Father recognizes fathers who take time to wing you away from the soul realm or self-identity for you to bear on the weight of Yeshua, the headship of Yeshua. And it is tough. Don't get me wrong. I have a soul. I live in a body, but I was first born from the realm of spirit. But I have to process. I have a promise. I have to process the promise, and then I got to learn how to be prepared through my process in order to perform the promise that I was given. Amen. So that's why the Father today is seeing us and he's clearing house. The wind is going to come, guys, and the wind is going to come and shake the ground and to say, where are you established? Are you established in me, or are you established in your own self-seeking identity? And that's tough because I go through it, and I know you go through it. So that's why I want to just lead you guys today that, the Lamb was slain before the foundations of the world. The Father sent the Son to this earth to bear our infirmities, bear our sicknesses, and bear every attack that the enemy, even our own soul, tries to attack us with. That's why you got to stand firm in the word of Yahuah. Stand firm in the word. You got to stay strong. That's the steadfastness. That's the macrophomia and hupomene, and I'll get to that, which is the steadfastness, the force of patience. At times, your soul may be saying, I want to give up. Don't give up, because those are soulish tactics for you to be led away from the things of the Father. So I'm saying this from experience as an elder who has gone through and is still going through and paying the price today to become one with our Father Yahuah. Don't give up. Stay strong and stay firm. How do you stay strong and stay firm? Read the word. It's not that hard. Matthew 6:33 says, seek ye first the kingdom and his righteousness, and these things shall be added. You need encouragement? Go watch our TerrorBites. Subscribe, hit the like, hit the share button, and you'll begin to see what, and even go to our archives, and you'll begin to see all the teachings that we have gone through since we first began our YouTube page in several years ago. I can't remember. I think it was like 2016. But go ahead, stay firm, stay steadfastness, because remember, you're walking this path. You're walking and you have a promise. You know what my promise is? Yes, and I'm going to go in the soul realm. I've been promised to be a good steward. Well done, my good and faithful servant. A steward over the hidden mysteries of the Father. Are you ready to unveil the hidden mysteries of the Father, Proverbs 25:2? Or do you want to just keep on going to a church setting just to make you feel good and say, okay, I feel good, I feel empowered, and then come back the next week feeling drowsy, lazy, don't want to go to church, but then you hear the same message, the same repetitive diet of just feel-good messages? Anyways, my name once again is Dr. Elder Joshua Millar, just bringing you an Intune with the Triune, and just to encourage you, stay firm, stay true, and always remember that the Father has already went through what you've gone through by sending his Son, Yahuah HaMashiach, Yahushua HaMashiach. So until we see each other again, just want to say shalom, shalom, and we'll see you soon.